Good morning, it's Øyvind Martinsen here. I am by the Lake Vansjø in Østfold in Norway, and it's a cold winter morning. And in this video I'm going to teach you how to use a reverse graduated neutral density filter in landscape photography. But first I want to show you how the filter is. Here we can see the filter. The size of the filter is 84 mm on the shortest side and 120 mm on the longest side. And this part has a clear glass, and above here is the graduation. And as you can see, the darkest part in the graduation is here, in the lowest part of that dark area. And above here it's more bright. So I hold the darkest part of the filter over the brightest part on the sky. Then I balance the light with that filter. And this filter was designed by Daryl Benson together with Singh-ray in the United States. And I have written DB, reverse 3-stop. That stands for Daryl Benson Reverse Graduated Neutral Density Filter. I'm going to use my tripod and my ball head here, and I'm going to use the Canon EOS 5D camera with my car size 18mm wide-angle lens. And in my pocket I have the 3-stop reverse graduated neutral density filter. So let's go to work. The sun is coming up and we have nice colors behind me here. So I'm going to shoot verticals. I think that's better now with these nice ice formations in the foreground. I have my filter here, and also I'm using a cable release to avoid camera shake. And now try one picture. Have about 2.5 seconds exposure. Oh, nice. Very nice colors now. And now the brightest part in the photograph is just above the horizon, and that's where I use the filter, so I can hold back that light. This is the scene without the use of the reverse graduated neutral density filter. Here is the filter. I darken the brightest part on the sky with the darkest part of the filter. I drag it down to the horizon. Let's take it closer to the lens. You can see the difference here. And I have to position it correctly, just above the horizon, a little bit down into the landscape. Then we have a better balance between the sky and the foreground too. Spread out. Now I shifted the position. I found these nice blades from the reeds here, and I'm gonna shoot one more. Here I shifted the composition, and I have the filter. Go closer to the camera. Here we have it. And balance the light here. Without filter and with. In this session I'm using aperture priority, and then I select the aperture first. Then I control the depth of field. And in this session I'm using between aperture f16 and f22, depending on how close I have the foregrounds, because I want large depth of field from the close foreground to the far background. And with this lens, the 18mm wide-angle lens, I can have depth of field from 40 centimeters to infinity at aperture f22. So that's very good. And I also select the ISO, and I'm using ISO 200 now. And in aperture priority, the camera select the shutter speed. With this lens, it's very easy to see the depth of field range. Here is the focusing ring, and here we have the infinity mark here, and at the other end you have the 0.3 meter, the closest range for sharpness with this lens. At aperture f16 I will get depth of field from, I set the infinity mark to the 16 mark there. Infinity mark is here, 16, and you have the 16 here. So at aperture f16 I have depth of field from infinity to approximately 0.5 meters. And at aperture f22, see the 22 mark here, take the infinity mark up to f22, then I have depth of field from 0.4 meters to infinity. Now the sun is above the horizon, and I'm shooting in vertical position, and I found this nice icy foreground of the sun. Perfect situation for the reverse graduated neutral density filter. That was a very nice sunrise. I got some awesome pictures, and now it's time to go back home and upload the pictures on the computer, and I'll see you there. Now I'm on the computer, and let's go through some of the images I took today. Here we can see nice ice formations, and we have these blue tones. I like that, because then you get that feeling of the cold. And here you can see the brightest part of the image is in this part of the photograph, and this is the area where I put the darkest area of the reverse graduated neutral density filter. Another picture, a vertical one, the same here. So I like to combine the vertical and horizontal compositions and get different angles and different use for the images. Another one, also here the brightest part of the image is in this area, and this is where I put the darkest part of the filter. Nice blue tones here too, and nice lines, nice reflections. Another one. Now it's really glowing here on the sky, and the same here. The brightest part in the image is this area, and this is where I put the darkest part of the filter. And I also saw these beautiful leaves here from some reeds, and they form nice shapes in the foreground. And also the ice formations here are very nice. So small details are important in your photographs. And the same here, nice formation here with the curved shape of the ice here and the holes. That also gives a good contrast between the shadows and the sunlit spots here. Then we get the good contrast because the sun is so low on the horizon that then the shadows will be very long with small objects close to the ground. And here, this is a very good example of the use of the filter, because this area is really bright, and I darken this area with the darkest part of the filter, and you see you get a very good balance in the light, and I like this composition too. So that was a short video about the images today. Thank you for watching, and I see you in another video.